welcome. Alix here again. I wanted to do this second part of probably a little three-part series here in reference to an interview I just did with Elkhaldy. I used to get that wrong. And she's known as the Alchemist. Fantastic. It was a great conversation, very deep. And I wanted to share some of my concepts or why I asked the questions that I asked and add a little bit of that context for you here, which helps to frame what I do here and what I'm kind of trying to get across during this great time of awakening that we are in right now. So yes, right now I want to talk just a little bit about one of the questions that I had asked her, and I'll refer to the video. I'll have that link down below. One of the questions that I had asked her was around this. So I have this real sense of unbecoming right now, like trying to almost unlearn so many of the things that I've learned in life that hinder my ability to just know, to come into just knowing and becoming. So there's this sense of unbecoming who I was in order to become the wholeness that I already am. So because as we are becoming, we get distorted and we have all these things and we fragment and it's just fractals and it's a mess. And I'll show you that in a visual in a minute. And so we are now in a time of unbecoming and coming back into our wholeness. And we're very much led by the what's happening universally and collectively all around. So as we're being sort of pushed and forced into this awakening and this feeling of that, I was challenged a little bit with this idea of learning more concepts, teaching more concepts. And is that necessary? And after the conversation with Sarah, I really got that it is necessary. And it's helped me actually tremendously with my own awakenings. And to where I am now, if I didn't understand some of these concepts from my left brain side of things, then I wasn't able to synthesize what's really not explainable in the right brain. And so it helped me to get the concepts and the context from an objective left brain viewpoint in order to then come to know it from experience and from that right brain side of things. And so the two sides come together, which is interestingly the Harold Gamos that I'm going to talk about pretty soon here. So for, inner union, balancing masculine, feminine. By the way, there's a 4-part series on that that's already been done. So look for that title just, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so. So just a few videos back there, you'll see a series called Balancing the Masculine, Feminine. So back to this. So we talked a little bit about that, and I was really actually pleased to hear what she was saying, because it is hard to synthesize and come to know on your own without higher knowledge, right? Without learning these different concepts. So I really encourage, if any of this stuff that I tend to geek out on is interesting to you, that you go over to her page. She's known as The Alchemist, and she has incredible content and information there. It's helped me tremendously. And I've gone back many times to certain concepts which have helped me along my journey as well. And I learn it different at every new awareness level that I get to on that scale of consciousness. I'm able to synthesize that much more and let go of more of what I'm not. So it's so interesting. The more you learn, the more you know that is not true, that you actually shed more of those other layers. I hope you're following me on that. So let me share this. This is going to blow your mind. I'm just going to share this little piece because some other questions that I had for her were around dimensions. Actually, you know what? I think I'll do that on a separate video. I'm going to do that one on a separate video because it's a little bit deeper, and I think that would be good for me to follow up with that. Some of the other things that I thought were important that you understand why I asked. We did have a little conversation around religion and the New Age movements and a lot of this stuff that takes us outside of the inner work. And so that's something else to look for in this, in the interview, because while I'm not, casting any shade on any religions, I think for a lot of people, that's a very important step towards their own self-awareness. And as their spiritual will comes online, as you rise up in consciousness, your etheric brain comes online, and then your own spiritual will starts to take over and starts to pull you and lift you even more and more into your inner knowing of who you are. Because we are a soul stream, we are a fractal of the all, okay? So we're trying to, the conversation was based, or the question was based on at what point do we recognize or that a lot of these other concepts are out, they distort our understanding and our focus, the locus of our focus from the inside to the outside, and that's hindering in our actual process. And so I wanted you to understand why I asked that question. It might be a little bit of a trigger for some people. Again, everyone can choose whatever they want to choose. It's no judgment from me, just an interesting conversation about that I wanted to bring up as well. So some of these concepts and ideas, I think, hopefully will just land for you, and you'll be able to understand that they're nuanced pieces that can make such a huge difference in your own process. Where is your focus? Are you looking within? And how much more information and seeking do you need in order to let go of what's not true? So the more truth that you learn, and the more you learn to balance your own masculine and feminine by feeling and thinking with your intuition and your logic and these balances, by creating and actually so much there around the balancing. Again, check out those videos on that. But as you're learning all of this and you start to come in, and those concepts are going to bring you higher and higher, and then you're going to, what's not true will fall away and fall away and fall away. And then as you tune in more and more to soul and to all those higher levels of yourself, because you are, again, just a focused stream from the all, as you tune in more and your chakras are all open and your crown's open, you'll come to know straight from the higher realms of the collective, and from the Akash, and from where all is known. And so that's how people are channeling and getting this information and downloads, and all of the the clairs, clairvoyant, clairsentient, all the different clairs, they all start really coming online the higher you get up in those frequencies on that scale of consciousness. So really, I think, important conversation. I hope that you enjoyed it. Again, I'll have it linked right down here. And in this last video I'm going to do here today, I am going to give you a really cool visual around the scale of consciousness and how it works with the realms that we are in now, because that was another discussion that we had on the video. So if you that'll probably drop in a couple of days, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Hit the notification bell, and as you're learning all of these things, remember that there's really, I'm going to continue to teach the balancing work on how you can move yourself up these scales. And of course, the work that I do certainly can help to expedite this in the energy balancing work that I do, and you can learn about that in the description below if you're interested in that. And hopefully this will just serve as a really great new way for you to synthesize information and be led to what you're looking for within your own journey. So thank you so much for being here today, and I'll see you in the next video.